Hello guys, it's Katie and welcome back to another video. In today's video I have everything I crocheted on my vacation to share with you guys. So a couple things I want to bring up before I fully get into this video. First off, right before I left for vacation, I completely broke my camera. So this video is unfortunately being filmed on my phone. So I'm sure you guys will probably notice a difference between my camera quality and my phone quality. So I apologize, but I'm only going to have a couple of videos that are on my phone, and then after that my new camera's coming in, so just bear with me on that. And another thing with it being my phone, I have to remember to look directly like where the camera is, and that's at the top of my phone, not like in my camera where it's in the center, so it's going to be hard for me to like flip-flop back and forth, so I apologize if it seems like I'm looking off to the side. But anyways, as far as this video today, I wanted to share everything I crocheted on vacation in one video because first off, I asked on my Instagram story and you guys said you wanted to see this, and second off, I thought it would just be interesting too because I ended up getting a lot of crocheting done. And the way my parents and I travel recently is in our new travel trailer, so that's why I'm able to bring so much yarn and so many stuffing and like safety eyes and all those supplies. If I was like going on a flight or something, obviously I would not be able to bring all of this stuff. So that's why I'm able to get a lot of crocheting done. And also I feel like I get more crocheting done on vacation because we just sort of like to hang out and camp and not really like go do too many different things and kind of just relax on our vacations. So when we're just hanging out in the trailer, I get a lot of work done and I'm not focused on like filming or editing or anything like that because I go ahead and do my videos in advance when we're taking trips. So with all of that being said, that's why I'm able to get so much crocheting done while we're on trips. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys everything that I ended up making. And of course, as always, patterns and yarns will be linked in the description box below in the order that I talk about everything. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so our vacation was to Lake Okeechobee. So it's about 2.5 hours away from where I live here in Tampa. So I was able to get this leggy frog done on the way there. This is with Just Chenille yarns in the color Flamingo, and Just Chenille yarns and Parfait Chunky yarns are pretty much the only ones I packed on this trip because they are smaller skeins, so they're a lot easier to take places, of course. So I only ended up getting one thing done. Even though this pattern is like less than 30 minutes to make, I only got one thing done on the drive because I'm also the designated navigator normally. So of course I'm trying to pay attention to like where we're supposed to turn and everything. So this is all I got done on the way there, but that was the first item on the trip. Second item was the only thing I made in Bernat Blanket yarns because I did pack 2 skeins of Bernat Blanket just because I knew I was going to make this specific project, but everything else is Parfait Chunky or Just Chenille. So I specifically packed this almond color and this color of Bernat Blanket. I cannot remember the name of this, but it'll be linked below. And I made this pattern from the Kawaii Crochet book. That's also a thing about when we go on vacations. I like to use patterns from pattern books a lot as well. So I made this and I think it turned out super cute. And then I did use Parfait Chunky yarns for the little cherry on top, and a 5mm hook for this, and then 7mm for the actual ice cream cone. And these are 24mm eyes. But anyways, that was the actual like first project in the trailer once we had set up on that first day. Next, I made this little creamsicle, which is also from the Kawaii Crochet book. And this is also Parfait Chunky yarns. I absolutely love how this turned out. I think it's super cute. And I wanted to kind of do some summary items for my market coming up, so that is why we have an ice cream cone and a creamsicle so far. And I just thought this was another cute item that is included in that book. So I also made this one on the first day of getting there. And final item that I made on the first day was this little peach. This is another item that is going to be at my market. Pretty much everything here is going to be for markets. And I had this for my previous market and it sold, so I made it again, and this was in Just Chenille yarns. All 3 of these colors are Just Chenille. And this pattern is from the Whimsical Stitches book. I brought those 2 pattern books on this trip. So just a little recap for the first day of the trip. We have this leggy frog, we have the ice cream cone, we have the little creamsicle, And we have the peach. So 4 items for the first day, which is pretty good, I think. Day 2, I only got 2 things done because one of the projects was a pattern that took quite a bit longer, as well as in general, of course, we were out doing things as well, not just like in the trailer the whole day. So anyways, I made this little axolotl, which I've made this pattern a ton of times and I love it every single time. So this is also Parfait Chunky Yarns. And then we also have this pattern that I've been wanting to make for a long time. I feel like this trip was full of patterns I've been wanting to make for a long time, and that is this little strawberry cow. Again, Parfait Chunky Yarns, and I absolutely love how this turned out. Now, I did completely lose yarn chicken on the pink, so I did a little less pink spots than the pattern called for because I knew I was running low on the pink yarn after making this whole axolotl in that same pink color. So anyways, it's a little bit different than the pattern is actually written, but it is still so cute, I think. There's supposed to be like 1 extra spot like back here or something, I want to say. And then on some of the spots I did like 1 less row just so I wouldn't run out of pink. But anyways, that is the items from day 2 of the trip. Day 3 was a day that we kind of stayed in the trailer the whole time, so I have a lot to show you guys from day 3. So first I started out making this little Space Invader, and I love this pattern so much. This is my second time making it. First time I made it was with Bernette Blanket yarns a few months ago, and now I made it with Parfait Chunky this time, and it's so much smaller but really, really cute. So I also remade this because it sold at my last market. Next item, you guys, I completely lost yarn chicken, and I still haven't sat down to finish this item. So it's like only half of the head done, okay? Don't judge me. That is this astronaut. So I did bring a whole skein and a half of white on the trip, but because I used white in this project and then this project came out way bigger than I was thinking, I did in fact lose yarn chicken. So it has a little backpack on the back sewn on here, and then it will also have a gray like face piece and then 2 little ear pieces as well. So you guys will see the final product in everything I crocheted in April because it's currently the 31st of March, so I know I'm not finishing it in March. But these 2 patterns I thought were super cute together, and they are made by the same person on Etsy, so of course that'll be linked below for you guys, and I can't wait to see when this astronaut is done how it's gonna look. So that was the second item for the 3rd day. Next, I made another pattern that I've been wanting to make for a long time that I purchased a long time ago. And that is this little hamster, again, Parfait Chunky Yarns. I think it turned out super cute. And yeah, this is a pattern that I bought on like Black Friday, I think, and still haven't used until now. So this is super cute, I think. I love how it turned out. And yeah, this is gonna be like a $25 or $30 item at my market. So not too bad for the size and everything, I don't think. So yeah, that's this one. Next, I made this little opossum that I have made a ton of times, and I think it's so cute every single time. So the pink, the white, and the black is just chenille, and then this gray is Parfait Chunky, because unfortunately, I'm pretty sure they discontinued the gray of just chenille yarn, and I ran out of it. So now when I'm making these, I have to use Parfait Chunky, but they are like similar yarns anyway, so I don't mind too much, but it is unfortunate that they discontinued the gray. But anyways, I made this little guy, and again, so cute. I love this pattern so much. And all of these items are still within the same day. I made this little caterpillar as well. This is another pattern that I bought a long time ago, even longer than like all these other patterns. I think I bought this pattern in maybe like almost a year ago, and this was my first time making it. So that is this little caterpillar, also Parfait Chunky Yarns, and I love how this one turned out as well. I think it's super cute, and it was a super fast no-sew pattern, so I might end up making a couple more since they're only going to be like a $15 item at my markets. So that is this little guy. And final little item that I made on that same day is this little cute octo. This is just chenille yarns, and this eventually will be put on a keychain or in my claw machine. This is the pattern from All From Jade, and I use it with just chenille yarns for inside my claw machine at markets, as well as on keychains at markets. So that is this little guy, and that was a very quick last minute make that I finished on that same night. So that was a full day of crocheting. My hands hurt pretty bad on that day. Now the next day on the trip, we also have a full day of crocheting. Like I said, we pretty much stay in the trailer on a lot of trips, and especially this one, we were kind of more in the middle of nowhere than we thought. So there wasn't much to do other than like hang out and cook and just spend time together. But that's still an awesome way to vacation, I think, at least. And I can't complain when I get a bunch of crocheting time in. So I guess I could also tell you the days that would kind of help. This is Sunday that I'm about to show you. The stuff that I just showed you was Saturday and then Friday and Thursday, and the trip was Thursday to Tuesday. Okay, so for Sunday, first item is this drawstring pouch, which is this little fruit pouch, and it's so cute. I've made this pattern quite a few times and I love making it so much. So I'm hoping that this will be a good seller at markets, because I've never actually brought it to markets before, but my market in April will be the first one. And this is a super cute little item. So this is just chenille yarns as well. Next we have another little leggy frog, just because these are so quick and so fun to make. This is also just chenille yarns as well. Just chenille yarns is my go-to for the little leggy frogs. So that was on Sunday as well. Next item from Sunday, I made another little axolotl, same pattern that I showed you previously, and again another pretty quick item that I make a bunch of for markets. So that is this one, and this one is Parfait Chunky Yarns. Next item that I made on Sunday was this little no-sew triceratops that I've been wanting to make for quite a while, and this is how this one turned out. It's so quick. It's going to be like $10 or $15 at markets, so I'm definitely going to make a couple more of them. And this is Parfait Chunky, and I loved the pattern so much that I went ahead and made a second one right after. So it's the same colors. One has the blue for the body and the purple for the horns, and then the other one has the blue for the horns and purple for the body. So that is these little guys, and I think they are so cute. So I'm hoping they're going to sell well as well, because that's a new pattern to me. And then the final item for Sunday is this apple. So I love how this turned out. I think it's kind of goofy looking, but I think it's super cute. And this is another one with Parfait Chunky Yarns. And yeah, I love it. This is from the pattern book that is Whimsical Stitches as well. I believe it might actually be the Kawaii Crochet book. I can't remember currently, but either way, I'll write it correctly in the description so you guys know. But I want to say this is the Whimsical Stitches book. So that was the last item that I made on Sunday of the trip. Next was Monday, which was the last like full day of crocheting on the trip, since of course we were driving back on Tuesday. Okay, first item that I made on Monday was this little fish, and I absolutely love how it turned out. I've made this pattern quite a few times, and it's another one that has sold well for me at markets. So this was one I made with just chenille yarn. Next we have another little triceratops, because I again was obsessed with this pattern from the minute I made it, and honestly still wanted to make more of them. So this is a darker purple color, and then the same blue color for the horns here. Next we have another little axolotl. Axolotls was kind of one of my goals to get done on the trip, because that is one of my go-to patterns that I make with Parfait Chunky yarn. So since I packed so much Parfait Chunky, I decided to make another little axolotl. So that was this one. And then next I made this coffee cup. This is from the Whimsical Stitches pattern book, and it also comes with like a little donut and stuff too, so it's super cute. And this was with Parfait Chunky as well, and this is actually way quicker to make than I would have thought. So definitely recommend this if you guys want to make a little coffee cup. And all the patterns in that book are just so cute in general. So that one. And then the final thing that I made on Monday was in just chenille yarn, and that is my little chubby frog pattern that is available on Etsy and Ribbler. So next I have a few more items to share with you that were made on Tuesday, but they were made on the car ride back home, so they aren't actually completely finished yet, but they're close. So I'll show them to you guys anyway, and then that'll be it for everything I crocheted on vacation, and that was 6 days of crocheting. So the final items that I made for the trip that I'm considering is the drive back home, and these aren't completely finished yet, but I'm gonna explain. So the drive back home, I was able to make 4 leggy frog bodies, and that is just the bodies, of course. They don't have any eyes or any stuffing in them yet. But leggy frogs are such a go-to pattern for me for making in the car because, as you can see, you can make the whole entire thing without having to decrease or increase. So that means that you don't have to stuff it as you go or do the face as you go or anything like that. You can just do the face and stuff it and then sew it closed later on. So it is super nice to just like do the whole crocheting process and then set it aside and do all of the faces and all of the stuffing at once. So I haven't done the faces and stuffing yet just because it's only been a few days since I'm back from vacation, and honestly I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been way more busy trying to get videos up and get back on schedule with everything since I was gone for about a week, almost a full week. But anyways, that is the leggy frog bodies that I was able to finish on the way home, and I did get these done in the car. I was pretty proud of myself because on the way there, as you guys saw, I only made 1 on the way, and then I made 4 on the way back home. And I think the main difference was on the way to our trip, it took us the back roads. There was probably an accident on the interstate, I'm guessing. So it took us the back roads, so it was a lot more ringy and twisty and stuff. So I kept having to like go off the pattern to look at the navigation, making sure that we weren't going to get lost, of course. And then on the way home, it just took us the interstate. So I was able to get a lot more crocheting done just on a straight road without having to look at the GPS, of course. So anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing what I crocheted on vacation. If you guys did enjoy today's video, please do give it a big thumbs up. And let me know in the comments down below if you do want to see more videos like this one in the future as we go on more different vacations. I could, of course, do these again if you guys did enjoy today's video. Now, if you did enjoy today's video and you want to make sure you don't miss out on any videos like this in the future, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the post notification bell. That way you know every single time I upload a brand new video. And I will be sharing everything I crocheted in March as the next video you guys are seeing. I'm going to film that right after this video, so make sure you also stay tuned for that. You're gonna see the projects that I shared here, the ones that are finished at least. You're not gonna see like these leggy frogs because they're not finished yet, but you will see the finished items because of course this trip was during March. So you will see that, as well as in general you're just gonna see everything else I made. So make sure you stay tuned for that video coming on Friday. Now, if you guys do want to see more from me, you can always check out more videos of mine, my blog, my Etsy shop, my Ribbler shop, all of my social medias, and my second channel. All of that is always included in the description box down below for you guys. As well as for this video, of course, like I mentioned, you can find the yarns and the patterns and all materials used in general linked in the description box down below for you guys. So with all of that, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you guys here in the next one. Goodbye!